Hello again, my friends. Welcome back to one of the most fun and wholesome fragrance channels on the internet today. As always, I'm super excited to have you with me, but you better get ready because today we're going to be talking about romantic fragrances. More specifically, fragrances that are considered gourmands. Now, what is a gourmand? That is a fragrance that has notes in it that somewhat smell like a dessert. I'm talking notes like chocolate, coffee, caramel, almond. All of these different things, when put together in the right way, can almost make your fragrance smell edible. But I warn you, don't try to eat them. They do not taste good. But I promise you that these are fragrances that you're going to want to be wearing when you take that special person on a date. So I have 5 that we're going to go over today. This is going to be good. Let's do it. So first up on our list, we have a fragrance whose note breakdown doesn't really scream a gourmand fragrance. Like, it doesn't have any chocolate or caramel in there, but I promise when you spray it on your skin, it's gonna really give you those gourmand vibes. From the house of Salvatore Ferragamo, this is Womo. Now, there are a couple of flankers out there that are pretty good, but for the purposes of this video, we're just gonna be talking about the OG today. Now, the official note breakdown in here has things like cardamom and bergamot, some black pepper, ambroxan, orange blossom, tonka bean, and sandalwood. Now, like I said, doesn't scream gourmand, right? But especially the tonka bean, sandalwood, and cardamom, when you put those together, a lot of people say that it reminds them of tiramisu, and I can absolutely get that when I smell this fragrance. It's got decent longevity at about 6 hours, and I just checked the price right before I shot this video on FragranceX.com. It's hard to find this one, as a matter of fact, but FragranceX.com does have this bottle of fragrance on there. For a 50 milliliter bottle, you're going to be paying right about $38. And for a 100 milliliter, which is this size, it's going to be around $67, $68. But I think it is a pretty decent find. It's definitely worth grabbing the 50 mil bottle at the very least. So Salvatore Ferragamo Womo, check it out. Next up on our list, we have a fragrance from the house of Valentino, and I'm going to be very honest with you. Valentino is not one of my favorite fragrances when it comes to male perfumes. However, this one is an absolute beast, and I recommend it 100%. It is Valentino Womo. Now, there's also Valentino Womo Intense. That is another banger fragrance that is worth the purchase. But in this one, we're going to be talking about the original Womo. By the way, when you hear the term Womo, so many fragrances that are in the gourmand family have the name Womo. That is just another word for man or male, much like pour homme instead of pour femme. Pour homme means for men. But Valentino Womo is a gourmand fragrance that is absolutely beautiful. Its main notes in here that you're going to be smelling is hazelnut, chocolate, roasted coffee, some leather, and cedar. Now, that hazelnut and leather give it a little bit of a dry type of vibe. So it's not going to be overly rich, meaning on cold days, you can pull this off. And even some spring days, you can get away with it. But make sure it's not too humid. Make sure it's not too hot. But this is a really, really romantic fragrance. Now, there's one downside to this fragrance, though. The longevity is not the best. We're talking 5 to 5.5 hours of use out of this fragrance. But in terms of, God, man, I could spray this on me all day long. By the way, did you see my gnarly burn here? This is my ADD moment. I got this from the chainsaw when I was chopping down the trees from the hurricane. Anyways, sorry, that was a little bit random. But I absolutely love spraying this on my skin. It is incredible. Cashapp.com, for which I am an affiliate. Links are in the bio. Please shop from there. It does earn me a little bit of commission and is going to help me fund this channel. I really appreciate it if you do. You can get a 50 milliliter bottle of Valentino Womo for right at about $75, a 100 milliliter bottle for right around $100. So upgrading to this full-size bottle is definitely going to save you a little bit of money. But anyway, there's Valentino Womo. For number 3 on this list, I'm going with a fragrance from an indie house that has actually sent me a number of free bottles. And this is not any type of a paid advertisement though, because this fragrance came to me last week and I am 100% in love with it. It is from a London-based fragrance company called Oil and Oud, and the name of the fragrance is Tobacco Syrup. This is a 12 milliliter bottle, and these fragrances actually come with roll-on applicators. They're fantastic. But I'm telling you what, this fragrance is among one of the best Gourmand fragrances that I personally have ever smelled. Oh, it is so nice. It's got cardamom, cacao, tobacco, tonka bean, vanilla, and dried fruit. Now, the tobacco sneaking its way in there does not give off any type of pipe vibes, any type of cigar vibes whatsoever. What it does is it adds just this depth to this Gourmand fragrance, and in the end it smells like a very rich chocolate bar. I'm talking something like German chocolate. It's really rich, really flavorful, but when I got this, I rolled it on my skin, and my wife immediately took notice and came over to get a whiff. But overall, man, I'm telling you what, this is one of the best fragrances for the price. This only costs like $24 or $25, and it is alcohol free, so they can ship worldwide. So no matter where you are in the world watching this video, you can go on their website and get any of their bottles of fragrance shipped to you. An incredible price for an incredible fragrance, and there's no limits to where you can be when you get this bottle. I 100% recommend this scent. Go check it out. All right, for fragrance number 4, we're gonna get into one that actually has a special place in my heart, because when I first smelled this fragrance, I knew that I wanted to be a fragrance collector. It has such an amazing scent profile, and I absolutely love it. It is a niche fragrance from the house of Kilian. It is Black Phantom, and I actually bought this fragrance specifically to date my wife. I do not wear this fragrance anywhere else except for when I am out somewhere with my lovely wife. The notes that you will find in this fragrance are dark chocolate, rum, caramel, coffee, sugarcane, almonds, sandalwood, and heliotrope. I don't know what the heliotrope does in there, but all of these other notes, they just lend to the amazing edible type of quality that this fragrance has. Now, I told you before that the Ferragamo Womo has that tiramisu type vibe. This one does too, but think of it like a more rich and just moist tiramisu, not anything that's going to be light or anything. You're not going to be able. You're going to have to unbutton your pants after you get done eating this tiramisu, but it is incredibly romantic. I get about 6 hours off of my skin. Do not wear this in hot weather, whatever you do. Now, you also have to be ready for the high price tag on this one, because this one's going to run, depending on where you find it, in the high 100s to the low or mid $200 range, okay? But I absolutely recommend you at least sample this before you buy it. I actually bought this one from Sephora, and I paid full retail price for it, and I gladly would again. That's how much I love this fragrance. So Black Phantom by Kilian, there you go. So I saved a budget-friendly fragrance for our last entry, and I'm telling you, this is one that you see all over social media today. It is an incredibly hyped fragrance. You look anywhere on YouTube, on Instagram, and especially on TikTok, I guarantee you're gonna see this fragrance pop up. Of course, I'm talking about the affordable Gourmand Halloween Man X. Now, the Halloween Man line is actually really good. There's Halloween Man Rock On, the Halloween Man just by itself, and they're all really good, especially for the price, but this one smells so much more expensive than what it actually is. I think you can usually find this around $35, $40 for 100 milliliters. and but it smells like it's $100 fragrance. It's got notes like cardamom, lavender, coffee, some whiskey, cinnamon, tonka bean, amber, and incense. It's not incredibly heavy, but I would probably not try to wear this whenever it's too warm outside, and try to wear it when the sun's gone down. Don't wear it when the sun's up. It may clash a little bit, but I get 6 hours off of my skin with this. The projection is there. It does pull tons of compliments as well. So I'm telling you guys, don't skip out on Halloween Man X. It's an easy buy. You know, you're not spending too much money on a great fragrance. Trust Uncle Jesse, because he knows. So there you have it, my friends. 5 great picks for Gourmand fragrances that you need to be looking into today. And I'm telling you, aside from just being romantic, they really do add a level of complexity and uniqueness to your fragrance collection. You're going to be getting away from the typical blue fragrances or the spicy, woody fragrances. You know, this is going to be a feather in your cap, I promise you. And I guarantee you as well that you're going to be noticed when you spray these on. So check them out, man. Gourmand is a really good category to get into. But thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Be sure to like and subscribe as always, and don't forget to see all of the links that I've left in the description below. I've got some affiliate links in there. I've got some places where you can donate to buy me a coffee or my Cash App. I really want to get this channel fully funded. And as always, be sure you find me on my other social media channels, because I love talking to you guys and staying in touch. Thank you so much for watching. I love you so much. I'll see you next time.